a fat guy trapped in a fat guy's body. Please welcome Chip Jones!
All right. Put your hands together for Matt. I only do that because I know that Matt gets his pot from Mexico, and that's the swine flu thing kind of unnerved me.
Smart man.
Thank you, thank you. You know, with my hair, everyone assumes that I either smoke or sell pot. So I just want to let you know that I don't smoke pot. Don't get nervous, I'm still selling. See me after the show. Actually, what I really want to say to you guys is say no to drugs and tell your kids to say no to drugs. All right? What an audience. Say no to drugs and tell your kids to say no to drugs. It's been a tough year for my family. My wife was diagnosed, or I should say, has been diagnosed with a brain tumor. Interesting thing. Sort of puts your life into a loop. It started out with these things called olfactory hallucinations. She started having this smell of burning rubber. So we checked with our resident medical expert, Google. And what we found is that 60% of all people with brain tumors, the first sign is this smell of burning rubber. And apparently the other 40% work in tire factories and they just didn't notice. Our next endeavor was, of course, to call our family doctor. And he said, you know what? We need to get an MRI. So I want you to head down, get the MRI, come into our office tomorrow, and we'll go over it. So that's what we did. Showed up the next day, and as we walk in, I see the sonogram up on his computer, and I'm like, oh, cool, a baby. Is it a boy or a girl? Oh, it's a boy. I can see the big penis. And he says, it's not a penis, that's your wife's nose, and that's her MRI. Turns out there was something there. So our next endeavor is a CAT scan, and that's to make sure that there's no cancer anywhere else in her body. Now with the MRI, you can actually stand in the room with your loved one, but with a CAT scan, you can't, because a CAT scan involves radiation. And apparently if you stay in the room, either you'll glow in the dark or your kids will have superpowers or something like that. And it made me think, you know, it's been almost 30 years since Chernobyl, and I have yet to see a Russian superhero. But I do understand they're easy to play hide and seek at night with. So I guess there is some validity to that. Well, the CAT scan shows that there's no other cancer anywhere else. So. So the next test is for a parasite. They draw blood to make sure that she doesn't have this parasite, which makes its home up into your head. It doesn't pay rent or pay cable, it just hangs out up there. And that one's kind of weird because, you know, parasite, like, that's like contagious, right? So I want to be there for it, but I'm like, I could catch something. So when we leave, you know, she's like, oh, do you still love me? Give me a kiss. And I'm like, yeah, I love you. Let's shake on it. I care about you, honey. And for the next 3 nights, I go to bed wearing my iPod. And she's like, why are you wearing your iPod? I'm like, you know, I need some music to relax. But really, I'm thinking, like, you know, I don't want this thing to crawl out of her ears and into mine. I mean, I've seen the Twilight Zone. So, blood work comes back, no parasite. Next possibility, MS. So the test for MS is a spinal tap. Ooh. That's basically, they lay you down on a table and they take this huge needle that's sort of like a garden hose and they stick it into your back and sort of tap you like a tree in Vermont to get some sap out of you to find out. And the doctor's like, okay, you're going to feel a little pressure. Really? Kind of like every father on America's Funny Home Videos that gets slapped in the balls. A little bit of pressure. So, tests come back, doesn't look like MS. Well, at this point, our family practitioner says, you know, I need to get you guys with someone, you know, more specialized in neurosurgeon. So I got this guy I want you to go see. Who's a really cool guy, but he's like really young. I mean, he looks like a little kid. And it wasn't so much that he looked like a little kid, but you know, our first discussion with this guy, he won't look up from his Game Boy as he's talking to us. So, okay. So he finally says, you know, this guy looks like a bad egg. So there are two things I want to tell you. First of all, I think we need to go in and get this guy out. And he said, secondly, you know, when I look at your wife's MRI, her nose looks like a baby's penis. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought.